Congressman Good is not in Trump's good graces because he had the nerve to endorse Florida Governor Ron DeSantis in the GOP presidential primary. Good did end up endorsing Donald Trump, and only after DeSantis dropped out of the race. But at that point, it was too late, that the damage had already been done. That's according to Donald Trump on Truth Social. So Trump backed McGuire. He's made his support clear in his campaign ads.
Now he's running because Trump doesn't need another backstabber in Congress. He needs John McGuire, a straight shooter who always has his six.
So, will a Trump endorsement win this race? Well, joining us to discuss this is Ken Cuccinelli. He's a former Virginia Attorney General. He also launched the pro-DeSantis PAC, Never Back Down. Thank you so much for coming on. Look, you served in the Trump administration, but you didn't bend the knee. You supported Ron DeSantis. I mean, does that ban you now from the MAGA world, the Trump world, anything like that?
Well, I don't know about that. Certainly, I made my choice. Bob Good made his. I think they were legitimate choices. Neither of us were anti-Trump at the time. Trump did weigh in, despite really no knowledge. He doesn't know anything about John McGuire, but this was about retribution for President Trump. And unfortunately, as a conservative sitting here, I can't name a single endorsement where in a competitive race where Donald Trump has sided with a meaningful conservative, with the exception of Mark Meadows' Congressional District when he became Donald Trump's chief of staff, and that candidate went ahead and lost. But and his endorsed candidates, of course, don't always win, but there's no question in a race this close, it's not over. Bob Good is still, we receive ballots till Friday, and they're going through the canvass today, tomorrow, and the next day. So those of us who support Bob Good are hanging in there with him. But if John McGuire wins this race, it will be because of the Trump endorsement. John McGuire supported the ERA. He supported anti-gun groups. And those aren't things that normally will win you a primary in a very conservative part of Virginia. But with Kevin McCarthy spending revenge money, and a lot of it, and Donald Trump's endorsement, those two things combined right now are at 50.3% versus 49.7%. So it matters, doesn't always win, but in this race, there's no question if McGuire holds on, he wouldn't have gotten there without Donald Trump.
And you talked about a path by which Good could win. What would that path look like? Because I know that there's still more ballots that have to come in, provisional, mail-in ballots. Would those be ones in favor of Bob Good, you think, or it's hard to tell?
Yes. So the canvass hasn't happened, so the official count of the election hasn't happened. And under Virginia law, ballots that come in until this Friday, and of course today, there was no mail service because of the holiday, but tomorrow and Friday more ballots will come in, and with a margin of only 300 or so votes, that can swing just in those number of ballots that are out. So that's one way, and then the canvass is the official count. I've had a recount in Virginia. It was a long time ago, but the votes moved in my favor in that race. As it was, I was already up. But, you know, that's very unpredictable. So Bob Good is still in this race. He's done all the things that we ask Republicans to do among Republicans in Congress, took on his own leadership. And I'm very disappointed in 31,000 or so of my fellow Virginians who instead just went for an endorsement with no thought of their own as to who is actually best representing them.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.